Hello, and welcome to Gillette Outdoors. My name's William Gillette, and this is part 4 in the 4-part series, Controlling Light. Now this series is designed to help you better understand your DSLR camera and the ways that it can control light. Today, we're going to do something a little different. Now so far in this series, we've talked about the 3 major ways of controlling light through camera settings, which are shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. Now today is a little different because this isn't on your camera. It's actually an accessory. Filters. Now there are a lot of filters out there, but today we're just going to talk about the main 2 that are used in outdoor photography. The circular polarizer and the ND filter. But before I do that, I first need to show you how to size it for the lens that you're going to be using the filter for. So when you look underneath your lens of your camera, you're actually going to see this little circle with a line through it. That's actually the symbol for diameter, which is the distance from here to here on your camera's lens. This one is 67 millimeters from here to here. Even though the lens is 18 by 70 millimeters, that's actually the zoom length. That has nothing to do with the size of your lens. So when you buy your filter, you're going to want to buy it for the diameter of your lens, which in this case is 67 millimeters. So now that you know what size filter to buy, let's go ahead and jump in on this circular polarizer. Now I'm sure everybody's heard of the term polarized. And most of the time you hear about it in sunglasses. And the reason why is because polarization cuts down on glare, on glass, on water, things like that. But it also saturates colors. So the sky becomes more blue and the green trees become a much more vibrant green. So this is an excellent filter for outdoor photography. And basically the way it works is there's actually 2 panes of glass and they're both tinted. And they actually turn independent of each other. So once this is on your camera, you can actually adjust the level of polarization that you want in that shot. Now next is the ND filter. And I actually prefer this style ND filter over the circular style ND filter for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it comes with this filter holder. And on the back of the filter holder, you actually can get just adapter rings. And these rings come in all the different sizes for all the different lenses. So if you have several lenses, you can just get a different ring to adapt it to that lens. You don't need to go out and buy different size filters for every lens that you own. Now an ND filter is basically a tinted piece of glass. And the tint actually lowers the light level without changing the color of your image. And when you buy these filters, they're going to be in different levels of tint. And they grade them by stops, just like aperture. And basically what that means is, if this is a 3-stop filter, it would be the equivalent of me adjusting my aperture setting 3 full stops. One of the other reasons why I really like this style of ND filter is because with this style ND filter, you can actually use what's called a graduated ND filter or a gradient ND filter. And basically all it is an ND filter that actually is clear on one side and ND on the other. And then in the middle, there's a nice smooth transition. This is awesome for when you are taking pictures of, let's say, a sunset where the sky is super bright and you need to tone down that brightness a little bit so you can still get the color from the foreground without making it just silhouette. And all you would do is slide this filter in and you would just adjust the level of that filter to put that gradient line directly on your horizon, and it will slowly filter out the sky and still leave your foreground unfiltered. It's an excellent filter for that style of photography. Alright, so here are some images with and without filters, just so you can see what they look like. in this series, I've given you a lot of information on the ways of controlling light and how it affects your camera and your image. But the only way to truly understand how to use them is to pick up your camera, dust off the manual, read exactly how to adjust these settings on your particular camera, then take your camera out to the field and practice using these settings in different lighting conditions. I hope that you've enjoyed this controlling light series. But more than that, I hope that you've learned something that you can take with you into the field. My name is William Gillette for GilletteOutdoors.com.